Today is the 15th of March, and as promised on my last video, I'm going to go to Micklewrights Flash now and try and catch some pike. See you there. Cue the fast driving. Well, managed to get a day off work and get down on the bank. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been out, but I was determined to get out this week, what with the freezing temperatures and the snow and that, so I've not been out for about 3 weeks. Done a couple of work parties at my local water on a Sunday. It's past a few hours, but I've not been fishing anywhere. So yeah, I've come down to Micklewrights Flash in Crewe. It's a mixed fishery on the limb card. There is carp in here, there is pike in here, there's tench, bream, bit of everything really. It's a good all-round water, but it's particularly good for pike in the winter. It can be a bit hit and miss. I've been here and had 7 runs in a day, and I've been here and had absolutely nothing, just like normal fishing really. There are a few rules on here. The main ones are you can't come onto the water before 7 o'clock in the morning, and you can't leave after 9. You can night it, but you can't leave unless it's emergency between them times. It's due to some alarm in the farmer's house, and it sets an alarm off. And so the plan today is, well, I've got 2 rods out at the moment, both on dead baits. I think I've got a mackerel out and a smelt, and then I have brought some whiting with me and some lamprey and some roach, dead roach. The plan is, now the rain's just stopped, I'm going to try and catch myself some live baits if I can, and because you're allowed 3 rods to the end of the month, I'm going to put a 3rd rod out with a live bait on if I can catch some. I brought some maggots and a little bit of ground bait, that's it. So let's see if we can catch some liveys. Just a quick update, it's 10:30 and all's quiet. I've had nothing at all. I've even tried catching some live baits, and I've not even had a nibble on a maggot. I can't believe it. So what I've done is, I've got a couple of fish, I've cut them up into chunks, and I've just started catapulting them out round my peg. I'm just trying to draw some fish in to try and get a bite of some sort. So we'll see what happens. Plan was today was to fish a couple of dead baits on the bottom with my 2 rods, and then on my 3rd rod, once I caught a live bait, I was going to fish it roving around underneath this thing, which is my fish spy. So what I might do is I might cast this out and put a dead bait on and let it have a little rove around, because it is quite windy, and I'll also plumb the depth with it and see how well it records under the water, but it is really murky here, so I'm not sure how good the picture's going to be. I have tried it at Nunsmere, which is clear water, and it's amazing. So I'll show you a little video of Nunsmere anyway, but we'll have a little go with this on here and see if it can pick it up, pick the bottom up today. It's very dull, cloudy, and also it's, like I say, it's very murky, the water, but we'll see if it can manage it. If I can get more than the foot, I might stick a dead bait on and just fish it roving around with a dead bait on, see if anything happens, if we can get a pike to take it on the camera, but we'll see. It's now about 1 o'clock, still no fish, but although I did have a run before, about an hour and a half ago when I was setting my fish spy up, but I tried to get it on camera, and when I thought I'd started the video, all I done was take a picture, so basically got a nice picture of my rods and that's it. So yeah, didn't get to record it, but I struck into it and it just pulled out, so probably just pulled the fish straight out of the fish's mouth. So yeah, not happy, but I tried to, well, I'd set the fish spy up, cast that in, as you'll see, but the visibility is that bad, you can't see anything. All I did was plumb the depth really, and it's about 5 foot in the middle and 4 foot as you come closer in. It's just basically a big bowl, so there's not really many features or anything. Well, yeah, I'll put that video up, but it's just basically brown. I've just been to the margins, dropped the dead bait in, but once the dead bait gets to about 2 inches below the surface, you can't see it, so that's how bad the visibility is. Probably due to the rain and stuff, but never mind. Well, I'll put the video up of Nunsmere anyway, so you can see like what it looks like underwater. It is pretty good. It's a good bit of kit, like, but not when the water's so murky and it's so cloudy. It just doesn't work that good. So I think I've had a cast around, put the baits in a few different places, nothing's happened. I've just seen a pike strike just in the margins to me right. So I've just dropped my right hand rod into the margin there, so hopefully something will take that. But I'm going to set a third rod up now. I think I'm going to put my kebab rig on, which is just like loads of chopped pieces of fish on a stick, and then it popped up off the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute. But I'm just going to try that and put a third rod out and see if I can get a bite on it. Might just cut a lamprey up or something like that and just let all blood come out of it. Hopefully try and attract a fish, because I need to get a run. Well, this is what I'm putting out on my third rod, the old Donna kebab rig. I've got whiting, lamprey, whiting as well, so a bit of a mix. And I've got smelt on the other one and half a lamprey on the other one, so that's 3 rods. Let's give this a whirl. I'm going to douse it in a load of that, so let's see what happens. Well, it's looking like a blank today. I've got about an hour's fishing left. I might get one last knock-in, you never know, but it's not looking good. That one come off before, well, didn't hook up with it, and they've just been wobbling a dead bait past where I saw that pike strike before, and one's took it, and I've got it about 2 foot off the net and it's fell off. It wasn't a big one like, but it'd been something to show on camera, but it shook its head and it come off. I don't think I set the hooks properly, because when I was reeling the dead bait in, it didn't feel like a take, it just like as though it was snagged on the bulrushes, because it was dead close to the bulrushes. So I just kept reeling, and then it woke up the fish and I didn't have a chance to set the hooks, and it shook its head and got rid of him. So it's been a bit of a disappointing day up to now. Fish 2, me 0. I'm not sure what to do next week. I might try and get a Friday nicer in next week, depending on the weather. Not sure whether to come back here and have another go for the pike, or go to my target water of Linvale, but it might be a bit early for that yet, because it's going back to minuses. Going back in the minuses this week, so coming up. So I might stick with the pike for another weekend, yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.